Temperatures are starting to drop, so the proofs of my bottles are starting to go up. Today, we're talking about the 7 findable barrel proof bottles that I think you should have in your bar this winter. Welcome back to another episode of Need Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we're talking about my 7 favorite or go-to, barrel proof bottles. As it's starting to get colder out this year, usually the proofs on the bourbons I drink tend to go up. So first off, going to get this out of the way, we're talking Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This bottle here has mash bill 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. Clocks in at 116.8 proof. This is a amazing bottle. It's only like $59. You can find it generally at most places. This gives you all that caramel sweetness. It gives you that like wild turkey, like little nut funk there on the bottle as well. Tons of flavor coming through on this, and you just can't beat it for $59. So first bottle, Wild Turkey Rare. We're going to bottle 2. We're going with 1792 full proof. Again, this bottle is only around $50. Store picks of these things are relatively findable. It's awesome, so you can get a unique profile from the standard offering. This bottle here, you get tons of that rich caramel sweetness. A lot of vanilla comes across in these, and I actually get some fruity characteristics in there too as well. So I mean, for a full flavored, awesome viscosity bourbon, these are aged around that 7.5 plus years. It's not age dated, but that's the rumor. But anyways, this bottle here, if you haven't had it, don't sleep on it. It's worth a pickup. So third, we're going to be going into, boom, we got the Old Forester Single Barrel Proof. Now, if you can't, this is a store pick only. The only way you can get this bottle is finding it in a store pick. If you can't find this, the 1920 is an excellent option as well, but that's not like technically a barrel proof, so didn't want to put it in here. But this bottle clocks in at 127 proof. Old Forester Brown-Forman product. They do heat cycle their warehouses. This is only about 4.5 years old. Usually end at that like $70 to $100 price range. But I think the juice inside of this is great. Some of them can get kind of hot, but these 127s, I think, hit my palate right on the money. You do get some of that like red berry sweetness on there. And there's a lot of, warm brown sugar notes and like vanilla bombs you can get out of these as well. So again, if you like the 1920, want something a little bit more amped up, this bottle here is an awesome choice. And, it's kind of rare, and it always gets people excited, whenever they can see a cool store pick. All right, so we're going into bottle 4, arguably my favorite on this list. You got the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof. This bottle here clocks in 127 proof. This is nothing like any of those, the standard old number 7 bottle. This is fantastic. If you haven't had the experience or been able to pick out like that Jack Daniel's banana note, it's, very easily findable in this bottle here. This bottle is only about like $70. Like that brown sugar banana Foster note that you can get off of these is absolutely spectacular. These bottles do not disappoint. So if you haven't had one, I highly recommend picking it up. And most stores will find it. You might have to hit a couple these days, but it's a relatively findable bottle. Let's see, next. All right, number 5, we've got the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Now this is the A123 batch, so meaning it came out in January of 2023. Clocks in 125 proof. These are all usually around that 12-year age statement. The age statements will fluctuate going forward, but they're all usually 120 plus proof. These are cinnamon, caramel, brown sugar flavor roller coasters. So don't sleep on these for $70. Getting a 12 plus age statement on your bottle, that's unheard of, these days. So Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, if you haven't had them, they come out 3 times a year, so you'll at least have a shot multiple times. So Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Let's see, number 6. It's a shame to see these things go away, but this is the Maker's Mark BEP. But still, like the Maker's Mark Private Selects are essentially the same thing as the wood finishing series, and those are found basically everywhere. They're probably the most findable store pick that I know of. But anyways, these are a weeder product. They're usually around that like 110 proof. Some are up, some are down, but they are usually around that 110. But anyways, you get some great fruity notes. This is like a sweet wheater, so gotta love these. If you've been straying away from a Maker's Mark Private Select, not really sure what they are, they're essentially this with a little bit different stave profile. Anyways, Maker's Mark Private Select or their wood finishing series, usually around like $70, so I definitely think they're worth a try. Last, might get a little grief for this one, but so be it. So this is the Four Roses Single Barrel Proofs. This is kind of like my favorite bottle, I think. My favorite barrel proof bottle. You've got 10 different, or they've got high rye mash bill, low rye mash bill, and 10 different yeast strains. So they give you a wide range of flavor profiles you can get from these. The proofs are usually in that like 115. Some go up higher. I think it's at the high rye mash bill. Those get higher. But anyways, you get a freaking phenomenal sweet oak, characteristic on most of these. You get tons of that like red berry sweetness with some of that like cinnamon spice, which to me just knocks it out of the park. And these things you can usually find them in between like $80 and $100. So, anyways, the Four Roses Single Barrel Proofs. But yeah, that makes 7. So today we had. So just to recap the bottles we covered today. We had the 1792 Full Proof, the Wild Turkey Rare Breed. We got the Old Forester Single Barrel Proof, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. You've got the Maker's Mark Private Selects or the Wood Finishing Series. And then you've got the Four Roses Single Barrel Proofs. Honestly, if you can have one of these 7 on your bar, I mean, that's amazing. These are knockout pours. These are not going to disappoint anyone. The bottles look awesome too to have on your bar. But anyways, if you enjoyed a video like this, please let me know in the comments down below. And also, hit that like button. Would you consider subscribing? And as always, this is Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner. And pop the bottles and share the pours. And we'll see you in the next one.